Hey guys, welcome back to some more Guild Guardians. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Radiance and the Radiance level, and we're also going to be sacrificing a lot of Guardians. Now, I know for a lot of players, especially if you're free to play, if you're new to the game, we are going to be sacrificing a lot of Guardians because looking at this, we did get some diamonds out of here. You can see our endless results right here. 675 of our divine seals, which is awesome. I want to look at that in just a minute. And then, of course, the endless challenge result, we ranked number 30, and we were tier 4 now, significantly lower than I thought, but we have buffed up our team quite a bit, which I want to hop in and I want to show you. 655 diamonds, and look at that, 1,100. And of course, the star stones, I want to look at those as well. So we have a lot of stuff to cover in here. So looking at our Guardians, this is the point where we've gotten the gear. We actually just picked up Leah's crown. Now, there are a lot of new things when it comes to that endless store, when it comes to gear specific, which we haven't seen all of it as of right now. And of course, we know, again, looking at Discord, looking at Reddit, a couple different places, it's right here, the HP is plus 10%. This is not ideal for this. Now, again, from my understanding that I'm sharing with you guys, is these come with one of 5 random stats, so you could get a bunch of different stats in here. And even looking at the older one that we got with Grizel, this one actually has defense, which for her, I think even though it might not be the best, this is still pretty good because this hero does have some issues with survivability. We see her dying out pretty quick. Now, looking at the shop before we get into the Radiance, but looking at the shop in here, there's quite a few things within the endless store that I do want to cover and just kind of show you. And again, as we get these unlocked, as we get these, we're at 5,000 right here. We picked up Leah's crown. Now, Tarvos' necklace, not exactly sure what the sub effect is for him, but we got that. But you'll notice right down here after Anira's charm, that is right. We have Gila's whip, we have Freya's belt, we have Karuka's bracelets, we have Cyrus's mantle, we have some goggles, we have Thorit's mask, we have cyborgs. So there's a ton in this, as you can see. Now, we did see a snip of Cyrus's mantle, which if you have any of these, drop below what they do. Now, this actually does a reflect. So as Cyrus is taking damage, a portion of the damage is actually reflected back, which is huge. Now, even thinking here of the heroes that I have and starting to kind of look through these, because I have Cyrus and I have Carcass. Those are the two that I really, really love. And here we got Grizel. We do have Leah again, and then Tarvos is the other one we're going to get. So we still need a ton, an absolute ton of those endless sword tokens. And of course, to get those and make a lot more progression, we have to build up these Guardians. Now, when we start looking at Enlightenment, when we start looking at Radiance, you can say right here, the Enlightenment level is 8. The Radiance level is 3. Now, at this point, you can see 8-3 or 8/3. We do not have the ability to get this hero higher based on the Radiance level. Now, it only comes at certain levels. So as you're going through here and as you're building up and adding some more Enlightenment, adding some more stars to these heroes, there is a certain point where the Radiance does come in effect. And there are 2 different ways that you can do this. Now, players have said, when you're doing the Enlightenment in combination with the Radiance, it is a lot cheaper, which is the ideal way to do it. Because if you're at a level where you can do the Radiance, doing the Radiance right here with just the souls themselves, the Radiant souls, this is the very, very expensive way to do it. And you can see Radiance 3 goes to Radiance 4. Now, looking at another hero, and I believe maybe Flix, I thought I had a few in here, but this is kind of the combination when, again, you're looking at Radiance going from 3 to 4. You need one more copy of the hero. You do need these Imperial Souls, and then you also do need right there, that is the Radiant Souls. And again, going to 7, it looks like almost going to 7-4 at this point is really the buildup of where you want to get it. So from 7 to 7-4, essentially, is going to take 1.5 thousand Radiance. And of course, Radiance increases the chance to level them up a little bit higher. Now, the same with Flix, we are kind of getting the same. We're going to have to build them up a little bit, but you can see the Radiance increased chance by 15%. So Radiance, when it comes to building up Radiance for these heroes, Radiance levels are not guaranteed. Now, again, it is kind of under my assumption that with the Radiance, if we're increasing our Radiance, it is going to give us the ability to essentially get to a point. There is a cap to where if you're looking at the Radiance level, which I believe Radiance level 1 and 2 will always work. But when you start getting higher than that, there is a limited chance for it to work. And then, of course, the more that you put into the Radiance with those Radiant souls is essentially the higher probability of getting the Radiance to work. So again, you could look at one of these heroes in here. We could see Radiance level 3. try to get the hero to radiance level 4, and essentially fail and you lose the radiance in there or the radiant souls in there. So unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to level up the hero. But like I said, with sacrificing, we are going to sacrifice in here, guys, and I am going to do quite a bit. So going through here, we're just going to go through a lot of these. And when you start looking at the heroes, when you look at a lot of the founder heroes, not 100% sure a lot of these that we would use, that we'd use really at any time. Again, just based on the level, based on the souls. Now, Desirta, I'm going to keep, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sacrifice a lot of other ones of these. Now, of course, that was our healer. And I'm going to go through, guys, and we're going to sacrifice a lot of these heroes. Like I said, I feel like I'm at the point where we have a lot of summons. We can do a significant amount of summons in here, but a majority of these heroes, and this hero is already radiant. Now you can tell right there from the radiant symbol. So if I recycle this, I actually get 250 of these radiant souls, which are right here. And you can see overall, we do get a couple thousand in here. Now, when it comes to your legendary heroes, so looking at the legendary heroes through here, we have a copy of Thorit, we have a copy of Atticus, we have a couple different copies of different heroes. And of course, right here's Thorit level 6, which I don't think I'm going to use Thorit at all. But if I go ahead and do this one, it is going to give me 500 of these souls. Same with Atticus, same with Tybor. Now, I want to keep 6-star heroes legendary. So right here, we have Asher, and we also do have Thorit. And then, of course, we have Grizel right here with a couple copies. I am going to keep at least that 6-star copy in there. We could essentially radiate, go ahead and give it the radiance and then sell it if we needed to. But I want to make sure that we do have a couple of these available in here. That way if I have to use it. But overall, guys, looking at the souls, that is going to sacrifice a lot of heroes in there. Now, of course, boom, there we go. So do we want to sacrifice the Chosen Guardian? You know what? I'm going to go no on this one, just because I want to keep that one right now. And there we go. So it is going to process our Guardians, and there is a couple thousand souls. Now, of course, when it comes to the heroes themselves, when it comes to building a lot of these heroes out, guys, it's incredibly, incredibly difficult to get souls and incredibly time consuming. If you want to go in here and you want to build out these heroes at any level, as you can see, we need 5,000 souls here. And I think a majority of these, there is 5,000 for Kurek. And then, of course, we have 2,700. Now, in addition, we have been using our resources out of the shop, and I want to show you. So looking at our stores, we have been using the arena tokens, or no, the rush tokens. The rush tokens. Now, as you can see, you can get legendary heroes. I do not advise this because these heroes you're actually getting in with summons, and a majority of even looking at the elite heroes, and they continue to add more, we can get a majority of those with summons. When it looks to the general offer, this is what we're looking to get. And this we're looking to max out in its entirety, 600 of our rush, essentially our rush tokens. And that is going to give us 1,000 of each of these, allowing, again, the heroes that I have, the founder heroes that we're really, really focused on. It is going to give me the ability to buff them up a little bit further. And as we can see right here, we have what, 4,300 of 5,000. Even here, guys, we have enough for this one. Now, again, this is at a point where we don't have any of these radiant souls. So I don't know exactly. It shows radiant increased chance is 0. Adding radiant souls during the enlightenment process adds a percentage chance to increase a guardian's radiance. The chance resets after each enlightenment. So I have to take radiant souls in here, which it looks like limit is reached. Further enlighten your guardian to increase the radiance limit. So at 8.3, he cannot go to essentially 9.4. Seems like he's going to have some more of these souls. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to enlighten him. Might not be the best right now, but boom, there we go, guys. So from 135 to 155, there is the enlightenment. You can see HP goes up 15K, another 1,500 attack, 1,000 defense in there. And now we're at the point, I think it is going to use the radiance. There we go. So we can add 4.5 radiant souls in here to increase it by that 5%. Now, I don't know exactly how much it does kind of percentage wise, but you can see we also do need another copy. Now, I do have a heart, and this is where the legendary hearts come in. I do hold one of those legendary hearts. We could go ahead and use the heart if we had another 8,000 Redeemer souls. And then, of course, to get the radiance level up, we're going to have to increase the radiance right here, which means we could go to essentially from 9.3 to 9.4. But we want to do it in combination with the enlightenment. We want to do all of these together, which is the reason why when it comes to the founder heroes, and remember the early heroes, you can actually use those those hearts out of here, which again is kind of a game changer, because for a lot of these heroes is to get a secondary copy of these, you're talking hundreds of dollars. So that is why they did come up with the hearts themselves. So you could actually build them up a little bit further just based on the hearts and being able to get them a little bit higher. Now, looking at the radiance level here, you can see it is 3,000 to radiance increase chance of 5%. And right now, radiance increase chance is 0. So I need to put a lot of radiant souls in here right now to be able to have an opportunity to actually take Grizel to a 1 radiance, which again, the only place you get souls is by sacrificing NFT heroes. That is right. So when we look at our legendary ascended heroes, let's say even here, this is 2,250 of these radiant souls. You're getting 1,900 right here of your souls. Now, of course, this is it. This is literally the only way that I am aware of right now to get these radiant souls to build them up a little bit further. So as we're making progression and building these heroes up a lot further, we're going to have to get those radiant souls and see exactly kind of what we can do within there with getting these heroes built. So as of right now, you can see we have 18 of 70. So I'm going to hop in here and I'm going to do some summons. Now, I believe this is going to update. It might change a little bit. You can see we have a significant amount of summons. I want to knock out about 3 of these, and I want to do it because I want to take some of these heroes and I do want to continue to recycle them. Now, a lot of players, again, we're saying that there's going to be a new banner, that we could see some new heroes within Guild of Guardians. So I'm going to do, let's say 3 of these. We'll see who we get, because of course, guys, we're just looking to recycle these heroes. So as we get some more of the blue heroes, we need some of the legendary heroes, because of course, those legendary heroes are going to yield us another 500 souls when it comes to building these out. There's even some elite heroes. And you know what? Let's do 2 more in here. Using some of these songs, we've just been accumulating them. But there is another copy of Atticus. And the final one in here does just give us some more heroes. Again, thinking of the recruitment, thinking of where we are. And we haven't got Oxalis, we haven't got Nidro, we haven't actually gotten either of them at this point. So let's go through. We're going to sacrifice our common and our rare. That's going to be pretty interesting, or pretty easy, because we can go ahead and just sacrifice all of them together. And then looking what we have left, or what we just summoned out of here, we'll go ahead and again, looking at this hero, we're going to save. We got Tybor. We do have another copy of Atticus. And you know what? I'm not going to use Atticus. I know right now that I'm not going to, so I'm going to sacrifice a copy of Atticus. That is going to give me 500. Even the other copy, again, looking at some of these heroes, even looking at Ashwin and looking at Thorit, I really don't know if I'm going to use them. I'm just kind of struggling with some of the heroes. But again, when we start thinking of the souls, when we think of the ability to get these heroes higher, even looking at getting some of those souls, it's going to be a long road. It's going to be a very, very expensive long road. And I'm hoping, I know the leaderboards were a little bit messed up for a while, but I'm really hoping we're getting to a point where, again, we need, what, 500 in here. That'll be very cool to get her built up. Him, we're getting quite a bit closer. We need less than 1,000 to actually get Cyrus up. But again, we're going to have to get some of those Radiant Souls to build up these heroes and really build them up very, very significant. And I don't want to continue adding stars on the heroes if we're not doing the Radiance. But all right, guys, I hope that really explains how you Radiant the Guardians. And again, if you go in here and you just continue to do the Enlightenment, you're going to continue to build the hero up higher star-wise. But again, they said mathematically, if you're building the star-wise, so adding stars onto them while you're building the Radiance, it is a lot cheaper to build those out. But again, looking at the souls, looking at everything else, it is very, very expensive to do. So all right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.